The biggest mistake gamblers make, especially all the first timers that come out of the woodwork to bet the Super Bowl, because after all, it is the Super Bowl, is that they treat it like it's the biggest bet of the year. Now, listen, it is the biggest single most wagered game of the year. Every single year. It is going to be the single most watched sporting event of the year, as it is every year, but that does not mean it should be the single biggest bet of the season. Guys, listen, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I can tell you for a fact you got to treat it just like another game. Why? Couple of reasons. First of all, you have no line value year in, year out with the Super Bowl. The game has been dissected and sliced and diced from every single angle for every type of media personality for 2 weeks. All you've heard is something about the Super Bowl day in, day out. This isn't like a Saturday college football card or a Sunday NFL regular season card where you have a plethora of games to choose from, where you can ultimately find a game that you have tremendous line value. As I always say, it's best to concentrate the most where the odds makers concentrate the least. So first of all, you have absolutely no line value here on the game. The other problem with the Super Bowl is this. There are three types of gamblers that are going to be betting today. The first type is the guy who has been wagering pretty much every single weekend, if not every single day there's been football since the start of the regular season in college back in early September. He is there, and he's going to be there today. The second type of gambler is the guy who started betting early in the season and got buried. And now it's the Super Bowl, and he's going to try to recoup all his losses with one big play. And the third type is the casual bettor. And I equate the casual bettors to guys who never bet, but they're the same guys that never watch horse racing, but they'll watch the Kentucky Derby, you know? And maybe they'll watch the Preakness in case a Kentucky Derby Triple Crown possibility exists. But they come out, it's the Super Bowl. After all, you got to bet it. Now, here's the thing. The first guy, the guy that has been playing every single week, he knows what he's doing. He may not win, but he knows what he's doing. He's made it through the whole season. He's got bankroll allocation systems in place. He knows what amount he should be wagering, a percentage of his bankroll. Number two and number three, they often make the critical mistakes, and they ultimately may find themselves stuck in a deep financial abyss from which there is no escape. Again, guys, I give you this speech every single year because I'm talking not to the guy that bets every single week and has been doing so every single month since August. I'm talking to those of you that come out of the woodwork today, and I'm just telling you, be careful. And that, I just think, is something that I should be responsible to tell you all out there. Because again, it's the Super Bowl, but it shouldn't be your biggest bet of the season. But then again, I know that these words are going to fall on deaf ears, and you're going to go bet it like it's the final game ever being played in your life. So, hey, I can't help you there. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, and this, of course, is going to be your Super Sunday report. Listen, the one thing I can tell you, and you have probably figured out here on the site, if you look on the homepage, you are going to see one handicapper and another. Huge monster plays, all at discounted prices. And if you haven't been along for the ride, well, I've been doing this for months and months and months, and I can only tell you that the discounts will only accelerate. They will only get greater as we approach March Mania, as we approach the NBA playoffs, as we go through baseball. I've never understood in this business where gamblers, and a lot of handicappers, in fact, take off after the Super Bowl. It's like they put their card on the shingle, we've gone fishing, or they take off right after the national championship game in college basketball. They don't stick around for the playoffs in the NBA. They don't stick around for baseball, the easiest sport in the world to make money on. Remember what I've always told you, and this is something that I firmly believed in. I've been in this business since guys were selling picks on 976 numbers for $3, which means I'm also getting very old and I have to get even more hair dye. But the fact is this, you don't have to spend big money to make big money. And I think I try to prove that to you every single day. Let's start it today with one of the winningest handicappers at this site, Scott Delaney, who has another 100 dime max wager release. But here's the more important part. He is the winningest playoff handicapper here at the site over the past 3 years. Today, he has his playoff winner, number 14 out of 17 over the past 3 postseasons combined. First of all, $10 bettors in all sports over the past 12 weeks have won over $8,000. Today, he has his 100 dime max wager release on the Patriots Seahawks side. You can get it and save $50 in the process by using coupon code SCOTT, his first name, SCOTT. 100 dime max wager the past 3 years in all sports combined. His record is 76, 48, and 2. It's twice as strong as his 50 dime teaser winner, which actually he and I both had a teaser on this same teaser play, Seattle and New England in their respective championship games 2 Sundays ago. And this is a 100 dime play. Keep in mind, Scott Delaney, 50 dime plays or higher. All sports, the past 3 years, $10 bettors have won over $46,000. $46,000. Again, you save $50 on the purchase price simply by using coupon code SCOTT. And let me give you a heads up, because again, my purpose and my intent is not for you to buy 100 different guys here and try to figure out which one to go. I want to get you, at least give you a head start here. So my heads up is this: Brad Wilton, who, yes, did lose his first ever 150 dime play yesterday in college basketball, okay? He did lose that play. He has won 7 of the past 8 days. He has his 100 dime winner number 3 in a row this week on the same side as Delaney. And Wilton was one of only 3 handicappers to be on the Seahawks last year at the site. Only 4 handicappers in all won last year. 3 with the side, 1 with the total. The others being Trace Adams had the side. Anthony Redd, I think, had a winning play on it as well. And the 4th one, I'll be damned, guys, but it escapes me right now. I think it was Jeff Benton, actually. Jeff Benton was the other one. Now, the winningest football handicapper at this site, college and pro combined, the past 5 years, Shawn Michaels, who has made $10 bettors, I think, over $29,000 in that stretch. Hell, over the past 22 months in all sports, he's made $10 bettors over 19 grand. He is on the opposite side as Wilton and Delaney. So maybe that helps you, maybe it doesn't. But the reason I like to tell you that is if you already have a package with one guy, well, you know what the other one has. There's no need to buy it. I don't want you to waste money. Now, let's talk about Gabriel DuPont, who Friday give you a 100 dime winner. You got it as the half price play of the day. Arizona hammering Oregon State in revenge. Yesterday, another 100 dime winner in college basketball. This time, Georgetown destroying Creighton, and you got it as the half price play of the day. Today, he has a 75 dime winner, number 11 out of 14, and his 4th straight in the NFL. It's his playoff total cinch, as he calls it, the Patriots Seahawks over under. Keep in mind, Gabriel DuPont in the NFL this year made $10 bettors over $8,200. And those same $10 bettors in all sports combined, the past 9 weeks, we're talking not even 3 months here, right? The past 9 weeks have won over 16 grand. You get it today. His 75 dime winner, number 11 out of 14, the Seahawks Patriots over under for just $22. Yes, $22. I told you don't have to spend a lot of money simply by using coupon code CINCH, C-I-N-C-H, CINCH, C-I-N-C-H. And then I saw somebody else here did something very unique today. Matt Rivers, who, once again, total disclosure here, I believe if I can talk about the winners, I got to be able to talk about the losers for you. Matt Rivers yesterday lost a blank check release. He was on the wrong side of the Indiana-Rutgers game. He hasn't lost many of those blank check releases. In fact, in 12 years here at the site, he has won 20 out of 29, including 6 out of 9 this month, hit 10 out of 11 in October. He's been pretty damn good with them. He, as he says on his webpage, and you can read it, he likes the Patriots a little. He thinks maybe the under is the side. He loves the prop plays. He loves the prop plays. Trust me, I've heard him about these damn prop plays. And I'm going to give you some prop plays on my own here in just a minute. He's got what he has narrowed down, the 15 best prop plays on the board today. And you know there's like 300 or 400 of them, okay? And he's got his top 15 prop plays. So I thought, hey, some of you are into it. Get them for 15 bucks. His regular price is $99. You get all 15 prop plays for $15. I can't do any better than that. The coupon code is PROPS15, P-R-O-P-S 15, no space between the name and the number. All your other coupons, all your other discounts, all that stuff, read it over on the homepage. You know where to go at this point in life. It's interesting about prop plays, though. The week prior to the Super Bowl, this year, for the first time in 7 years, I did 0 media appearances because, frankly, I'm tired of doing media appearances. If I never did another one in my life, I'd be happy. I just backed down and got out of them. I mean, I went from 3 years ago doing almost 30 to 40 radio interviews a week and a couple of TV spots every single week to doing nothing. I loved it, loved it. But the thing come the Super Bowl is that everybody wants to talk about the props. And you have to realize, here in Vegas, over 30%, last year I think it was 33 or 34%, 30% over that of the total handle, the amount wagered on the Super Bowl here in Vegas, is going to be for proposition plays. To proposition plays, what I equate them to is I worked my way through college selling high-end stereo, audio, video equipment, okay? And you'd come in, you'd buy a receiver. Well, I'd sell you the extended warranty if I thought it was some product. If you're spending $300 on a B&O turntable, I'm thinking you want that extended warranty. You also want an upgraded cartridge. You also want that monster cable. Hey, it's add-ons. It's where companies make money. It's where salesmen make commissions, and that's what prop plays are. It's just another way for sports books to take more money out of your pocket. Why people fall in love with prop plays is beside me. I just don't understand it, because reality is that it's the same 50-50 proposition. Now, it is sometimes relatively less painful because, for example, one of my favorite prop plays, I like to take the coin toss and go with heads. It's even money. It's a 50-50 proposition. Hell, if you won heads and you didn't have to watch the rest of the game, you don't even have to care who wins the damn game. It's a 50-50 betting proposition. So I always like to take heads. Why? Because when I was in sixth grade, my sixth grade elementary school teacher by the name of Scott Hillman, he made everybody in the class one time flip a coin 100 times and do the results. And heads was the overwhelming thing. And then a couple of years ago, I think there was this not an in-depth study, but I think it was at Stanford where somebody did a study, and for some reason heads came out more. So I like heads. And you know what? Who cares? It's a 50-50 betting proposition. When I did all my media appearances, I was looking for a hook about 6 or 7 years ago, something that would set me apart from everybody else. So one of your novelty props is the length of the national anthem. Well, I mean, I could not lose until they threw that damn opera singer out there last year. I had won 6 straight over-unders on the national anthem until Rhonda Fleming ruined it for me last year. I said it would go over. It did not. It went under. So now today you have Idina Menzel, who... if I hear that damn song from Happy one more time, oh my God, makes me throw up. But anyway, Idina Menzel doesn't have a big voice, but she's also one of those singers that likes to elongate certain phrases, certain keywords, home of the brave, home of the free, blah, blah, blah. You can imagine. Matter of fact, just like everybody else that was interested in this play, the minute it was announced she would sing the Super Bowl, everybody got on YouTube and they said, hey, she sang the national anthem at the All-Star game this year. Let's see what she clocked it at. It clocked in at exactly 2 minutes. That's 120 seconds. What's the over-under today? 122 and a half seconds. Hey, you think odds makers are stupid? I think it goes under, though, however, today. Because there's one thing about singing outside in an open-air stadium at the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. It's another thing when it's the Super Bowl. And it's tightly regulated. Every second and every minute is accounted for. And I just have a feeling that even though she's going to drag out a couple of those long notes towards the end, I have a feeling it's going to somehow stay right around 1:57. Now, if you're asking me if there's a lot of science involved here, you are watching the wrong video report. Let's move on to a couple of other interesting prop plays here today. I thought the two best players playing in the championship games 2 Sundays ago were the running backs, Marshawn Lynch and LeGarrette Blount. Listen, if LeGarrette Blount didn't get to be the head case that he is and didn't force his exit from Pittsburgh, I think the Steelers would have won their first round game when Le'Veon Bell was out and they had no ground game. He has just been another one of those cast-offs that goes to New England, gets a new lease on life, because Bill Belichick doesn't put you in the doghouse no matter what your past reputation was. He's averaged close to 5 yards a carry in the 5 games since he was rejoined with the Patriots, who played for once before. I thought one of the most interesting things, after this guy ran, 30 times for 100-plus yards against the Colts last week, is that the over-under in his number of rushing attempts is 14 and a half. Now listen, Bill Belichick, you never know what this guy's going to do. He could give Blount 3 carries today and suddenly Shane Vereen is the featured back. You've seen it. You know what I'm talking about. But I think 14 and a half carries. I got to go with the over here because I got to think the Patriots are going to kind of come out here and try to establish the run. So I like the over there with LeGarrette Blount over in terms of his number of rushing attempts. Also, the over-under for his total yards gained is 62 and a half. I know Seattle, number one in rushing defense, number one in total defense, blah, 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 blah. Did you see Eddie Lacy and the Packers 2 Sundays ago with a one-leg quarterback? Their ground attack accumulated 130 yards in Seattle against the overrated Legion of Boom defense. 62 and a half yards for Blount. I'm going to go with that. I like the over on that one as well. Now, I think a lot of guys will get caught up in some of the player props involving Rob Gronkowski. I think Seattle's going to do everything they can to cloak him today, have somebody riding his back. And I think that's going to force Brady to find some of his other receivers. And I think his go-to guy remains Julian Edelman. I was looking at his particular prop play, total number of yards. The over-under is 67 and a half. Now, true, he caught a lot of passes this year, and his yards per catch was nothing great. And you've got a top-notch Seattle secondary out there waiting to give him the boom every time he catches a ball. But total yardage, 67 and a half yards, I'll tell you what, I like that going over. So those are some of your prop plays. I thought about Gronkowski, by the way. His over-under for total catches is 5.5 at plus 15, 115. I thought maybe taking the under there, but I backed off on that one. So those are your prop plays that I like today. In terms of the total for this contest, I lean a little towards the under. I like the under in this game. I know this line is priced at 47, but I'll tell you what, guys, I can see a 24-20 game. Now, of course, if it's a 27-24 game, we ain't going to be talking about the under, will we? But I can see this one being low scoring because, most times, with one exception, when the Patriots have reached the Super Bowl, it hasn't been, a high-scoring game. And I think the Patriots' defense really gelled after they got blown out of Kansas City in that Monday night game and played so well. And I think that Seattle's defense, obviously, although I did criticize the Legion of Boom a little earlier in this video report, I think they're going to do their best to come out here and they're going to be intimidating. They are not as strong as they were a year ago because their pass rush is not nearly as awesome, but certainly pretty damn good. So I just think the under is the way to go here. I just don't see any big offensive fireworks. And I don't see Pete Carroll coming out here and opening up the playbook for Russell Wilson, who, after the 3-touchdown performance he had against Carolina, followed that up with the 4-interception performance against Green Bay when he went 14-27. I think both teams are going to come out and be conservative, especially at the outset. To me, I would equate it to the first couple of rounds of a championship bout in boxing, where both boxers come out of their corners, are tentative, they want to feel each other out, and I think that will result in the first half of the game, the scoring being suppressed until guys start taking shots downfield later. I think the ground games are going to be emphasized today, and that's why I think the under is the way to go. Guys, I wish you well. Listen, every single day I'm here. Hey, we're playing again tomorrow. So if you'd like to join me, you can, and I wish you well, and I hope you make some money today. Good luck, everybody.